Alright, so for this section, now that we've got a little bit of an idea, we're going to try to start with some energy sensing, but first we need to work out. We need to get our blood pumping, we need to get our energy moving. This is going to also help us charge energy. So, find a good spot. We're going to start with 25 jumping jacks. A little bit of exercise. Whenever you're ready. 3, 2, 1. Alright, all done. Take a quick little breather, a couple seconds. We're going to do some squats. So go ahead and arms out in front of you, legs shoulder width apart. Go ahead and try to keep your back straight. Okay, and last one. And go ahead and rest. Quick little breather. Okay. Then we're going to hop down, we're going to do some push-ups. We're going to go ahead in 3, 2, 1. Okay, quick little breather. In this position, we're going to do our mountain climbers. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Okay. Now since we're in this position, we're going to go ahead and do some planks. So you're going to hop down on your hands and knees. Sorry, on your elbows. Straight body. And hold. All right, come up from that one. We're going to go ahead and do some Superman pulls. So lift up your legs and your arms, belly on the ground, reaching forward. You're going to pull back. And 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right, and rest. I'll go ahead and sit. Actually, let's do a seal stretch real quick. Hands by your hips if you can. Press your waist into the ground. And into a child's pose. Now, go ahead and sit feet out in front of you. Grab your toes if you can. All right. Right leg over your left or whatever. And turn. Stretch that back out. And to the other side. All right. And feet together, feet down. Looks like I'm gonna have to take a break real quick. I do have a Qigong meeting in about 5 minutes. Finish this up. And reach out. All right. Go ahead and place one arm over your back. Pull it down. And the other arm. A little bit of stretch there. Reach up as tall as you can. Arms out to the side, as far back as you can. Bring them back behind you and link your thumbs together And pull up as high as you can. And switch. Okay. And stretch out your neck. And the other side. Back. And pull your neck forward and let your head drop back. Support your neck with your hands and let your head fall back farther than it can normally. Okay, forward. Roll your neck out. Take a deep breath. And another deep breath. Very good. Now we're about to learn our first energy movement. I'll be back shortly. See you in a moment. Okay. Now these energy movements have to do with holding our breath, doing specific tension. This in turn ends up making our body produce up to 10 times as many red blood cells and carry a lot more oxygen. Each red blood cell also will increase in its size. Now we produce about, I think it was 2 million red blood cells a second. So if you multiply that by 10, you're improving the amount of oxygen that you can get into your muscles and their storage capacity. And when we are dealing with chi and inner energy, the wind is often called very ethereal because of almost its random nature. This is one of the areas we gather energy is from the wind, is from the earth, all kinds of ways from the sun. With this movement, we work with the oxygen. We do different forms of intermittent hypoxia, which improves our nervous system, improves our muscles around our heart. It improves several different functions. I'll talk more about that later. But first, right now, we're learning our first energy movement. These come from Indonesia, from the royal family of Java. They are doing incredible things there. You know, the children are levitating things back and forth to each other. They're controlling RC cars with their mind and with their energy. Their parents are levitating into the room just to show that the kids, this is real, this is reality, this is how it is, so that their minds start off much easier in developing these things, and they don't start with the whole science-based, everything is physical, spirituality is a joke kind of mentality, because that's how I lived my life for a long time, very skeptical until quantum physics kind of connected the doors between God and spirituality, and somehow I ended up finding God and really discovering what it was and what it is, and chi and the Akashic records and all this other real life, actionable, usable, verifiable things. So we're going to start. Now that we've done our energy, our exercise, we've got some energy built up. We're going to use it here is starting in a prayer position with our right leg over our left leg. This creates a form of sacred geometry through our body. Start your hands in a prayer position over your solar plexus. Have your sacrum slightly tucked under your spine, under your dantian. Keep your back straight. In this movement, our first movement, we're going to be pressing our hands together as firmly as we can. We're going to exhale slowly and inhale very quickly. And you're going to hold. Put as much pressure between your hands as you can. Going to slowly bring your arms forward. Have maximum tension. Fingertips are pulling back towards your body. This is going to be a very slow and controlled movement. You're holding your breath. Your stomach and the rest of your body is relaxed. You only have maximum tension in your shoulders, in your arms, maybe a little in your chest, but primarily your arms and your shoulders, bringing it back after you went out, stretched to an eagle, came back to prayer posture, and then we're going to exhale, and then back in through the nose, and you're going to relax. This is our first energy movement. This is dealing with intermittent hypoxia. We want to create as much of a hypoxic situation in our body as we can, which means lack of oxygen. This lack of oxygen is a small form of stress, which will end up building the body to become far more adapted and tolerant to CO2 levels. We'll have higher oxygen storing capacity. Our nervous system, our cardiovascular system will improve in strength and vitality. These are measurable scientific things, and your body will then be able to hold and store more energy as we progress. Now we're going to do this one more time. I want you to do it with your eyes closed if you can. If you can't, follow along, watch me. First exhaling through your nose, or through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Pressure. Our first energy movement. You may feel your temperature change, your blood pumping. Your hands may feel tingly. One reason for hypoxia, well, we'll talk a lot more about hypoxia in another course, so you better understand what we're doing later. Here, after we've done our exercise and we've done our first energy movement, make your first energy ball, your chi ball, or didn't even make a ball, just feel your other hand. Because your hands project a wide amount of energy, your fingertips project like a laser. And when we feel this, like in my Energy 101 course on YouTube, we can store as much energy as an electric eel. There are people who can stop other people's hearts just by touching them. Not that that's what we want. We would prefer to use this energy for healing rather than destruction. Because we are all one. You are the person you see outside yourself. Every person on the street. It's just a different individuated point of consciousness from the all-encompassing, from the all-encompassing field of everything. Now we sense energy here. It may be very faint, it may be very light. You're going to want to do this energy movement every day. You will learn more movements and more ways to develop your energy in further courses. But as a beginning one, this is a very basic, very wonderful way to start building your energy. And so you can start building your sensation of the energy. These senses will build over time and will build to a maximum defined point. But in the beginning it's very vague and very subtle. But later it's something you can turn on and off, and it's how we will develop our field vision, one form of blindfolded sight. In the previous courses I've focused primarily on intuition, which is what I believe is deciphering the chi energy that is around you, the intelligent force. Because we're constantly being essentially uploaded with information. And if you drop your brain waves and you empty your mind and you ask a question, if you've developed your intuition enough, you will get the right answer 100% of the time. But these are like different spiritual abilities that take lots of practice. But these develop into things that are referenced as siddhis and different yogic abilities. They're very real and they're very achievable. So now that you have your energy movement, work on sensing. We're going to do it one more time to get it in. Later we'll work on different sets, building our vital life force. 3, 2, 1, exhale. Inhale. And press, hold as tightly as you can. Firm pressure. And we're creating physiological changes in your body. Do it again. On average, people breathe about one breath every 3 seconds. One amazing thing that the yogis of India realized, without quite the science to know why, slowing down your breath is incredibly powerful. Sense again. Is it stronger? The more pressure you have through the movement, the better your sensation will be. try to see where your energy ball is. Is it out here? Is it out here? If you're a swimmer, if you're an athlete, you may have higher energy without the ability to sense. You may already start off with a slight advantage, or then again your diet has a large play as well, because how much energy it takes to digest and to work through what you eat makes a difference. It's like when they say if you're going to practice Kriya Yoga, don't eat before practicing, because your energy will be diverted. And you want your energy to be focused on what you want to focus it on. Now take a moment, feel your energy, practice with it. Understand the movement. It's your first step, very basics.